Hi everyone, and welcome to the webinar, How to Hit Your End-of-Year Fundraising Goals. Very glad to have you all join us today. My name is Erinn Andrews, and I'm the Senior Director of Nonprofit Strategy here at GuideStar, where I manage the GuideStar Exchange. Before we get started, I wanted to just tell you a few words about the GuideStar Exchange, and then we'll get into the details and exciting content from our partners at GoodSearch. The GuideStar Exchange is the only program of its kind that encourages nonprofit transparency on a national scale and allows nonprofits to supplement the public information that's available from the IRS. Just this past June in 2013, we improved the program to align more with what individual donors, institutional funders, and financial advisors want to know about nonprofits. And that's basic information, financial, and impact information. So now organizations that share certain basic information through the exchange can earn a bronze participation level. Organizations that share financial data can reach the silver level. And organizations that complete our 5 questions focused on impact can reach the highest level of participation, the gold level. This program is free, open to nonprofits of all sizes, and is designed to benefit all nonprofits regardless of experience, impact, or revenue, and to reward participants that are committed to nonprofit transparency. In addition to the benefit of keeping their record up to date for more than the 10 million annual visitors to GuideStar's website and the millions more who are reached through GuideStar's partners and clients, with each participation level, organizations have the potential to earn access to a number of benefits, such as free technology tools, discounts on products, free webinars like this one, and even one free subscription to GuideStar Premium, a $1,500 value. So a few housekeeping items before we begin. We're happy to take questions from you all during the presentation. We'll try to answer as many questions as we can before our time is up. To submit a question, you can use the question feature on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if we can't get to all of your questions before the time is up, we'll post more of the answers on the GuideStar blog at trust.guidestar.org as soon as we can. And finally, we'll send you an email with a link to the presentation and to today's recording in just a few days. I'm now happy to introduce Scott Garell, CEO of GoodSearch. He believes that everyone has the power to change the world, and it's our mission to help them do it through simple daily actions. Before joining GoodSearch, Scott was the president of the Ask Network, the 6th largest network of sites according to ComSource Score, where he managed 5 global businesses, including Ask.com and Dictionary.com. Scott sits on the board of Juma Ventures and holds his MBA from Harvard Business School. GoodSearch is one of the partner groups we work with to offer benefits to GuideStar Exchange participants. GoodSearch.com empowers consumers to give back through searching the web, shopping online, and dining at local restaurants. More than 100,000 nonprofits and schools have raised $10 million through everyday actions of their supporters. Scott has some great last-minute fundraising ideas for how you can leverage GoodSearch's products this holiday season. So thank you again for joining us, Scott, and please take it away.
Great. Well, Erinn, thank you so much for the kind introduction, and welcome to everybody. Really delighted that you're here to join me today with the subject of being last-minute holiday fundraising ideas. I know if you're like me, with the board I sit on right now, we are thinking about and brainstorming about all the possible things we can do to bring in much-needed funds for our mission to hit our fiscal and calendar year fundraising objectives. And so today what I want to do is introduce you to GoodSearch, show you some quick ways that you can raise some funds this year, and then try to answer any questions along the way. So I'll be showing some slides and going to a demo, and as Erinn said, I really would love to get questions because like you, I'm in the same position with the nonprofit I'm running, or I'm on the board of, trying to figure out how we can be successful right now. So I understand what it is you're thinking about, et cetera. So as Erinn alluded to jumping in, I'm not sure how many people have heard of GoodSearch before, but our mission is to empower anyone to change the world through simple daily actions. As Erinn touched on, we've donated more than $10 million to our nonprofit and school partners, which are now over 110,000 across America. We had more than 15 million people use our site last year, and since we've been live, we've had over 1 billion charitable actions. A charitable action might be somebody doing a web search or shopping online. where they're raising money for their cause. And we're absolutely all about the notion that people want to give back, but they often in this economy don't have money, or they don't have time, or sometimes it's not as convenient as possible. And so what we want to do is to help people give back just through things that they're going to do anyway, by making that incredibly easy. And we know when we do that, that in fact people along the way will be very fulfilled as well when they see the impact of what it is they're doing. So I'm in the process now of just taking you to GoodSearch, and what I want to do is show you a few things on the site, how it can be very simple for you and your cause to begin raising money right now after this phone call for free through your supporters' daily action. So if a brand new user was to come to, I'm just doing one more thing here, excuse me, to manage the event. Okay, so if you're coming to GoodSearch and just typing in GoodSearch.com into your browser, you would get to a page that looks like this, where you can really see the mission of what we're doing. It's about helping people simply do good, and the notion is we'll donate to your cause when you search, shop, dine, play games, and more. We've actually now donated almost $10.5 million raised by our supporters, and here's some of the press we've been in as well. The way it works is very simple. People will click this Get Started button, and they will choose a cause. And we work with over 100,000 organizations, ranging from some of the big national nonprofits here, but really we have many more that are local causes, probably like yourself. So it might be a local, food bank or cancer-related charity or animal shelter, whatever it might be. And then what we say to people is, do the things you already do. You're going to search the web online, and I'll go into our search powered by Yahoo. You're going to shop, particularly for the holidays. You might eat at restaurants or play games. And we basically have ways to, then when you do those things, donate. And this is an example of that. And here, together, we're making an impact are some of the metrics that I spoke to earlier in terms of how many people are using the site and how successful it is for folks. And then we just show some success stories when you scroll on this page in terms of here are users, and then here are some causes as well. ASPCA's raised more than $50,000 using us. So that's a general orientation to our homepage for brand new users. And one thing I should add too, if you are a cause and you're not part of GoodSearch, you can click this button at the bottom that says, it says add a charity or school, and that then takes you to a form. It takes about 2 or 3 minutes to fill out, where you add your charity name, some of the contact information, and then we have people on our end who review that, and right after that, you will be earning money for your cause. So what I want to do is show you GoodShop, given that we're approaching the holiday season right now, and many, or if not all, of your supporters are going to be buying holiday gifts. And there's data from the National Retail Federation that says that the average American family is going to spend about $750 on holiday gifts, even though the economy is still tough this year. And what GoodShop is a place where people can shop online at places they're going to go to anyway. Top national retailers. You can see some of the names here, whether it's Staples, 800 Flowers, Priceline, Footsmart, Land's End, Amazon. We have Macy's, Nordstrom, whatever it might be. And when you shop using GoodShop.com, you start your shopping here, a percent of your purchase price goes back to your favorite charity or school. And so if a user came to GoodShop.com and they hadn't selected a charity, they would click Get Started, and then we would ask them to choose a cause and register. If they wanted to learn more, they could click this button, and this takes you to an FAQ about what GoodShop is, and here it says what I just said, which is it's an online shopping mall that donates a percent of your purchase price to your cause when you shop at over 3,000 stores, and it goes through what some of those names are. And so I'm just going to show you a little bit about how this works. There's really 2 ways people can get involved in GoodShop when they want to shop. They can just type in a merchant's name. So I'm going to type in Macy's here, and this is just going to take me to Macy's in the U.S. And I see a page where we have a couple of different things going on Macy's. So that's one way I can enter it. And then the other way is if I just wanted to look at some of the more popular merchants. Here's 800 Flowers. Maybe for a Thanksgiving meal or something, you're going to be sending flowers to somebody, or a Christmas meal. And the way that this works, there's a couple of things going on. This is the page that you would shop from. Over here, it basically says, make your purchases count. donate 9% of your 800 Flowers purchases to your cause when you shop through GoodShop. And so this is really incredible because if you just shop, if you come through GoodShop and shop as you normally would through 800 Flowers, 9% of the purchase price automatically going to go back to your cause, and it's no extra cost to you. And so we've got over, now the number I believe is over 4,000 different merchants. Here you can see some of the other names. But really anywhere you'd shop online, we are basically getting a referral fee from stores like 800 Flowers. And when you shop with us, we give half of that referral fee to your cause, and the other half we keep to keep the lights on at our company. The great part is, in addition to this automatic donation opportunity that happens, we have money-saving coupons for you or supporters of your cause. So for example, in addition to the 9% donation, here's a special coupon code if you've ever used a coupon code upon checkoff. I can save 15% on Thanksgiving flowers or 5% on other type of flowers or gifts. This is really great because if I wanted to invoke one of these, let's say I wanted to save the 5%, I would click on this and it would basically say, okay, I need to copy the coupon code and then go ahead and shop at 800 Flowers. And here you'll see I'm going to the exact same 800 Flowers site that I would have gone to anyway, except in this case, it knows that I've come from GoodShop. It's saying celebrate a reason to smile, 9% donated to your cause, and save 5%, use this code at checkout. And in this particular case, the process we just went through, I've copied that code and I can paste it when I exit. And so we have this in GoodShop times 4,000 major national stores, any place you want to go basically and make purchases for the holidays. And it's really great. It's so easy. When I explain this to people, they kind of say, why wouldn't I have used that before? So that is the way GoodShop works. I'm going to show you something else about GoodShop in just a moment. But while we're in this particular experience, I'm just going to show you if somebody wanted to come in and they weren't registered, and they click Get Started, either from the GoodShop page or if you remember this page a moment ago, the GoodSearch page, they would click Get Started and they would go ahead and type in your cause name. And so in this case, the cause I'm on the board of here in San Francisco is Juma Ventures. I go ahead and click that, and then I'm going to sign through with Facebook, which is what most people do. You also can sign up with email if you want. It's taking just a moment here, and now I am on the what we call our Daily Good homepage, where we have a web search box where you can search with GoodSearch. We actually show you your progress here this morning. I've already done 12 searches and raised 12 cents for my cause. And we also show you other ways that you could raise money as well. Down here, there's also information. My cause has raised $1,500. I've raised $220 just about for them. So now that I've registered, what I want to show you is the product that our company started with, which is GoodSearch. So you can see up in this corner here that I have raised $358.21 overall for all charities in this particular example. Our first product I'm going to show you besides GoodShop is GoodSearch. And what this is Yahoo-powered web search. And when you search with us, you get the same results you get on Yahoo, except we give a penny per search back to your cause. So here I'm in San Francisco. It's Thursday. I'm wondering what the weather is going to be, and so I'm going to do this search, San Francisco weather. And when I do this, a couple of things are going to happen. Oops, I must have done this search already this morning. I'll do New York weather. Many of you maybe are in New York. And when I do this search for New York weather, a couple things are happening. One is this little ticker in the upper right-hand part of my screen just went up by a penny. It was $358.21. Now it's $358.22. So I'm doing what I'm going to do dozens of times every day, and then I'm getting the exact same web search results I would get had I gone to yahoo.com. Looks like if you're in New York, it's not necessarily a bad weekend for this time of year. And then here are the exact same search results for yahoo.com. So I can do just about any search, and I'm going to be able to raise money for my cause. Here I'll type in fundraising, which everybody is thinking about right now, and watch. You're going to get yahoo.com results, and now we're at $358.23. I've just earned another penny for my cause. So that's the way that GoodSearch works. It's our first and our main product. And we changed photos up here as well on this page. You can now see this went up on my main cause as well, where we're sort of reinforcing it. All those searches have added up to something. I've already earned 14 cents, and it's telling me, way to step up, I've raised more than yesterday. So we're trying to encourage people to keep going throughout the day and the week, et cetera. So what I want to show you now, let me show you a little bit about how this page works and how there's other ways to fundraise on our properties. And then I'm going to show you one simple, neat thing that you could reach out to your supporters with today, tomorrow, Monday, to get them going to raise money for the holidays. So as I mentioned earlier, this is our area which we call our take action area, where people can, this rotates all the time, see different things that they can do to make the world better. You know, whether it's interacting with some of our products like playing games or watching a video or doing things, all these things go back to help your cause. So the first product I'm going to show you is called GoodSwipe. And GoodSwipe is, we're working with a partner on this. And the way that GoodSwipe works is you register a credit card. You then use your credit card offline at 50,000 places. And here's some of the stores. I'm sure many of you go to these stores or are going to go to them for offline shopping. And when you swipe your credit card that you register, automatically up to 3% goes back to your cause. So this we just launched, and it's a great way. We know that people are not only shopping online, but when you're out and about, of making the world better. The second product I'm going to show you is Good Games. What Good Games is just like what it sounds like. We've got dozens of games like Mahjong and puzzles and solitaire and word puzzles, etc. And when you play games with us, 3 cents, a penny goes back to your cause every time you play 3 games. And what's amazing is Americans spend 50 million hours a day. 50 million hours a day playing online games on the web. I'm not even talking about mobile or social games. And we said, gosh, if we could convert all that to our model, we could donate over $1 billion to charity. We haven't done that yet, but we have a lot of people, you know, hundreds of thousands of games being played a month. Another product here, and you can see I'm under this More Ways to Raise tab, is Good TV Ads. And this is kind of like what it sounds like. If you watch a TV ad, we won't do it all now, you can earn a penny, sometimes more than a penny, for your cause. So when you have free time, you could do that. Good Surveys is kind of like what it sounds like. We have surveys from Fortune 500 companies who want to get your opinions. And when you sign up and register, you can enter a survey and begin answering questions and earn about $1 every time for your cause. There's a range. These ones that earn $4.50 or $5 may take longer to fill out, and sometimes you don't qualify for all of them because these Fortune 500 companies are looking for specific people. But this is, again, another great product when people have time to give back. Good Offers is another product where you can sign up for offers, special offers. So here's an example. If you were to sign up for the Discover card, you can raise $36 for your cause just by taking a card. I know you don't want another card maybe this time of year, but there's all kinds of programs you can sign up for. Burger King, add an offer to your credit card, you get 60-cent donation. Sign up for, you know, the Disney Movie Club, $18 donation. You get the sense. It's signing up for offers where you can raise for your cause. Good Dining is another product that we've had around for a little while, and it is the first ever national Dine Out for Charity program. The way this works is if you register a credit card with us and eat at over 10,000 restaurants in the U.S. using that credit card, all you have to do is just pay with that credit card. Up to 6% of the bill can go back to your favorite charity or school. And here right now, I'm just typing in my zip code in San Francisco. I'm in downtown San Francisco. It's telling me there's 216 restaurants within 30 miles of where I am. So anytime I'm going out to a business lunch or when I order pizza for company meetings, I am using Good Dining. And so you could just come to this page like I just did, and you could type in your zip code and see how many restaurants are there. And then Good Travel is kind of looks like Good Shop, but essentially here we have, you can either type in stores, so type in travel entities, or we list a lot of the different places where, you know, gosh, if you wanted to rent a car on Avis, there's a 2% donation, or book through Priceline, there's up to 4% donation. And again, we have the coupons for you as well through Good Travel. So I'm going kind of fast here, but this is also because I wanted to save plenty of time for your questions and show you a couple of other materials. So all of these collectively, just going back to the home page here, Good Search, Good Shop, and then in our More Ways to Raise, you can see all these products. They're all ways that you can give back through simple daily actions. Some of these are things that people are going to do anyway. Search, shop, you know, Good Swipe, they're going to probably go to, you know, a Burger King or a Kmart this holiday season. play games online. Those are things you're going to do. Go out to dinner perhaps. And then some of these are activities that take a little bit of just time when you have free time. Take a survey or watch a TV ad or take an offer. So there's a range of things, but collectively through all of them, as I said, we've donated close to $10.5 million to causes. So what I want to do, and please again, as Erinn said, write down any questions, and in about 5 to 7 minutes we will be going into the Q&A portion of the webinar. So what I wanted to do now is show you something I am probably most excited about, and it's probably the best fundraising tool that you could communicate to your supporters to be successful this holiday season. And it's called GoodShop And so what it is, I already explained GoodShop to you. And what it is it is a little button that sits in your browser. I actually have one up here. And if you think about it, it already has all of our stores embedded in this browser. So when you just automatically go to your browser and type in, let's say you forgot to come to GoodShop, and type in any merchant, Amazon, Staples, Walmart, Kmart, Macy's, it's going to basically pass along a code to the store that says, it basically says you're part of the GoodShop family, and so donations are automatically going to happen. So when you download this, up to 20% of your purchase will be donated to your cause. In this case, mine is Juma, plus we have coupon alerts. So I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to type in, so I push the download button. I already have GoodShop here, and it actually knows me. It shows how much I've raised and shows me other things. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in 800 flowers, since I showed you that earlier, .com. So again, this is pretending I did not come to GoodShop. I just typed in 800flowers.com, and what it's going to do here, it's going to take me over there, but it's going to tell them that you're coming from someone who has this little add-on, and you're going to see a yellow drop-down. There it is. 9% of your purchase will be donated to Juma Ventures, and there's 8 coupons available to the store. So this is amazing because people take one action, they donate it, and all of a sudden what's happening is there's money that's going back to their cause. I mean, here I'll type in Macy's.com. And I forgot to go to GoodShop, but I have this GoodShop installed, and in a moment, you're going to see the drop-down. 1.5% of my purchase is going to Juma, and there's 133 coupons that are available. So just kind of going back to, I'm going to go back to the page that sort of describes this once again, is what you would need to do for this is to ask your supporters to download GoodShop and when they do, money will go back to your cause. And what we found in just the first 3 months of people having this is that if you can get supporters to shop, in 3 months they raise about $20 to $25 for causes. So over the course of the year, those numbers are probably much higher. And that's because, folks do a lot of shopping through, through online these days, online and now even mobile with the iPad. So I'm going to go back here to the PowerPoint presentation. So bear with me a moment, and Erinn, let me know if for some reason something happens as I migrate. So I'm going to stop sharing my desktop and go back to the PowerPoint. Let's see if this works. And there I am. And I'm just going to skip ahead here to slide 14. So I mentioned GoodShop and one of the things that I wanted to show you, actually going back here, is, I'll show you in a moment, here, is right here. So if you sign up for GoodShop and you are interested in basically getting your cause already populated on a link that you would share with your supporters, we can do that for you. So you saw when I was doing it a moment ago, it already had Juma on it, which was my cause. If you sign up and then email me, and I'll give you my email address, we can then give you a special link so that your cause will be pre-populated. Let's say something like goodsearch.com/goodtogo/ your cause name, and then you send it out to people. And so why does this matter? As I mentioned earlier, Americans will spend nearly $800 on shopping this holiday season. The average donation when someone buys something through GoodShop is about 3%. And so if you do the math on that, you can earn $24 this holiday season for each supporter, and then of course more during the year, because once they install the button in their browser, every time they shop online, you can raise money for your cause. So I wanted to give you a couple of tips and tricks here around spreading the word. We always say that the causes that are most successful is they're setting specific goals. We want to hit $500 raised through GoodShop this month. And so you then would figure out, if you do an email or a social media post or put it on your site, kind of the math to be able to get people to download. If each one's worth $25 when they shop, how you would do that. Incorporate us into your marketing strategy. Let supporters know, of course, what the impact is. And double the good, every time you spread the word, ask that supporter to spread the word as well. And we certainly think that your employees, your volunteers, your board, your donors, this is a great thing because, they already care about what it is that you're doing. And I know now primary, focus, I'm sure, is on cash donations, but even after somebody donates in cash or a credit card or check, they probably don't have money to donate during the other 364 days a year. And so that's where our products are really great, which is you can continue to reinforce the support of your cause, and additionally, those people can feel good like they're supporting it. And then many of you, I'm sure, have email lists or Facebook followers, Twitter followers too, that don't have the money to donate, but they still like what you do. And so we offer them all these free ways that you can give back. So where to share? Go wild online, email, social media, blog. Drive it live in volunteer event signups, workshops, webinars, or just basically sending an email to folks. And think outside the box. Some of our causes promote this in their email signatures or footers or what have you. And then on any computers in your office, go ahead and install GoodShop on all those computers, and it also sets on most browsers GoodSearch as your default search engine, as the main place you'll be searching. And we did this at my nonprofit, and Juma, and all of the computer purchases that we make now, and when people travel for our cause, raise money because GoodShop is on the desktop, just like I showed you I had it. Let's see, where to share. We had some causes who've created a section on their site that say ways to donate for free, and here our marketing folks can help you, but here's one from a cause from the National Novel Writing Competition and Month, where they promoted some of our different products with a lot of different links. And then here's some samples, and we're going to send around these slides. Erinn will let you know where these slides will be posted. I think she did already, but just she'll do it at the end. But we've got emails you could send right now, and Facebook and Twitter posts. So for example, you could say to your folks, and of course you can tweak this for what makes the most sense to you, but you could basically say, as the holidays roll around, here's another free and easy way to help. It's called GoodShop. 20% of your purchase goes back. Start good shopping, and you go here. Or this one is written around GoodShop One small action equals continuous donations. Download GoodShop raise up to 20% when you shop online, and we can get you that custom link so that when people click that, your cause is automatically raising money. So our marketing team, it's really one person because we run very lean and mean like you do, can be available to help with some of this messaging as well. It's really what we're about. There's other resources. So we have information at GoodSearch.com where we can answer questions. And again, we can work with you on copy and brainstorm. We have an FAQ, which can answer many of your questions. And then additional resources under a Get Involved link, where we have pre-canned emails to help spread the word and things of that nature. As well as on SlideShare, we have other presentations like this that have lots of great tips and tricks. So before I move into the question and answer part of this discussion, I think I just want to reiterate one more time kind of some of the core thesis points. One is we have the same mission you do. Is we want to help people change the world. And we've figured out a way of doing it through simple actions that people are going to do anyway. They just need to come through and pick your cause and use these products, and we've donated almost $10.5 million from doing that. Right now, everybody's thinking about holiday shopping. GoodShop has almost every store that they could possibly shop through, and when you shop with GoodShop, a percent of the purchase price goes back to your cause. Plus, we have money-saving coupons so your cause supporters or you can save money. So we always ask the question, why wouldn't you? So with that kind of summary, and with me once again just thanking you so much for your time and energy. I know how hard it is and frankly how stressful this time of year can be in terms of hitting your fundraising goals. What I wanted to do was turn the presentation back over to Erinn, who's going to facilitate any question and answers that we have at this point in time. So Erinn, take it away.
Thank you so much, Scott. That was fantastic, informative. I am empowered to go make some of these changes on my desktop as well. Thank you so much. Please do submit questions. We have a couple questions already in. I'll start with those. But for those of you on the phones, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see a Q&A box. Go ahead and add your questions there, and I'll do my best to see if we can get those answered. So let me start with the first sort of series of questions. So Scott, does the GoodShop include spyware and cookies?
I'm sorry, does it include what?
Spyware and cookies as part of that, that browser.
Yeah, let's see, there's no, if the question means does it include anti-spyware functionality like a Norton antivirus software, it doesn't, but it is compatible with all browsers.
Okay.
And so if folks just download it, they'll be able to use it. I believe one of the browsers, Chrome, will ask you, are you sure you want this download, which it does, I think, for anything you download, and if people just say yes, they can use it. So it works with all browsers, and it's not using cookies. It basically, because it is downloaded on your desktop, it's happening from your desktop or laptop side to track when you shop. And again, it's just so easy because if you forget about GoodShop, even forget about your cause, and someone just, oh, I'm going to go to Amazon, just here I go, going to Amazon, I've got to buy something right now, you're going to get this little drop-down coming any moment. And of course, it's not triggering on drop-down when I say Amazon, but I think you get the general point from previously. Here I say Macy's, and money is going to go back to your cause. So hopefully that answers the question, Erinn.
Okay, great, thank you. Perfect, there you can see it. Okay, so another question is, can you be a very small nonprofit to be included?
Absolutely. We have, as I mentioned, over 110,000 nonprofits and schools that are part of us. We have everything from small 1 or 2 person nonprofits up to the ASPCA and UNICEF. And so we're about empowering, as I said earlier, anyone to change the world through simple daily actions. All you need to do, once again, is go to the bottom of any of our pages, click on Add a Charity or School here, and then fill out this form, and then our team, it's one person, reviews these just to make sure that you are, a valid cause and, et cetera. And then usually within 24 business hours, sometimes it's 48 business hours just because we're very busy during the holidays, we will approve you, and then you can send out the links back to all of your supporters to start the fundraising right away. So we're moving as quickly as possible on these to enable you.
That's great. And then another question is, on sort of the transaction side, how do the nonprofits get paid?
Sure. So the way that this works, and I'm just going to show you here for my cause, is right now, I'm just going to click in for Juma, but right now, the way that they get paid is we are writing a check once a year to causes for activity. And as a cause, what you can do here is you can look at, this is my cause, Juma Ventures, and I actually can pull up and look at every single month for this cause, how much money they've raised. So they've raised $810 this year, and through searching, it's been about $16. Through shopping, it's been $746.52, and you can see down the list. Some of these products are newer and haven't raised quite as much, so you can track that. And then I can, as an individual user, I'm clicking what I've earned. I actually can see how I've raised money. I actually see some of the different causes I've supported. Mostly I've supported Juma, so 219 of the 358 I've raised is from Juma. And then I can go one step closer, and I can click on GoodShop, and I actually can see my own activity, where I've made purchases and how much they've raised. Mostly, you can see it's for travel or a little bit of shopping activities, but can see, okay, I made a purchase on Hotwire, and travel gets credited once you travel. It doesn't get credited when you first make the reservation. But here's what I spent, here's my donation, and here's where my cause benefited. The one thing I should note is that we write the checks every November for activity from October to September. So that's kind of the way that works.
Great. Thank you. Another question is, how much can a typical organization earn using these products?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it really varies. I mean, the first thing that I will just say is, like anything else that you do, if you just do one Facebook or Twitter post and that's all you do, you're not going to be successful. It needs to be part of an integrated strategy where Potentially you put us, on your website. You put us in a couple of emails or a dedicated email. You do some social media. You, get your board and your staff and your volunteers and your employees, supporting us. And when you do that, lots of money can be raised. I mean, I did the math for this recently, but if somebody did 3 searches a day, they spent $500 shopping a year, and we have everything. We have drugstore.com. We have Walmart. I mean, so it's basic things that you might get that you need anyway, even if the economy is difficult, and people have tight budgets. And you spend $500 dining, and, we have 10,000 restaurants, including, as I said, pizza places. So, people need to eat. I go for lunch in my neighborhood all the time using that. And then basically do something like, I showed some of these products earlier, take a survey once a week. If you did those kinds of things, you could easily have supporters raise $100 a year. And, that is great because it's no extra cost to them. And in some of the cases, as I said, when you do GoodShop, that we have coupons for the user. So Agent of Flowers, I keep using that example, but there's a 9% donation, but there was also a 5% coupon, so you, the user, saves money. So it actually benefits to you, and it's no extra cost to you as well. So I would say the $100, look, is for somebody who's active, for somebody who is using our different products, and maybe they like to play games, and they're doing that as well. But if you just do, spend $500 a year in shopping, 2-3 searches, use us for dining and some of these other products, $100 a year is easily achievable.
Great. Thank you. That's so helpful. Another question, this is a follow-up question to the very first question around the browser. Is the link for ShopToGo using the consumer's information gained from being downloaded for any other purposes like tracking shopping habits or other personal information?
It's a great question, and thank you for asking. No. I mean, the only thing that we need to do is on a anonymous basis. We need to tell the merchant, if I go over to Macy's again, tell the merchant that you're coming from us. But the people can use this without even registering for the service, so that we, all they need to do is, and let me just clarify that what I just said, but if I give you through information at GoodSearch.com after you sign up, if we give you a link that has your cause pre-populated in it, meaning like this one has Juma, but it could have your cause name and your cause logo. If you just send that link, your supporters will be supporting your cause, but we don't even know, in this case, they haven't registered, so we don't even know who it is. And there's you can read our privacy policy if there's any questions, but we're very transparent about all of that. Privacy policy is here, and we don't sell data, we do no tracking, all those kinds of things. So hopefully that can alleviate any concerns that you might have. Great,
thank you. Another question that's come in is, how long have you been in business? When did you get started?
Sure, there's an About Us section, and thank you very much for asking that. And we started, this kind of goes into it a little bit, but I can summarize it. We started in 2006, actually. Our founders, and I'm not one of the founders, I'm just the CEO of the company, but our founders, very sadly, their mom had passed away from cancer, and they wanted to do something to give back. And they saw all the money that Google was making in web search and said, gosh, why can't that money go back to make the world better? And so they did a business deal with Yahoo, and as I showed you earlier, now anytime you search the web, here I'll do, I don't know, cars or dogs. People love to see dogs and cats. Here, whoops. Anytime you search the web, money goes back, and now this just went up another penny. And look at those cute puppies that we're seeing to your cause. We actually have a patent on this, so we're the only company in the U.S. that can use the sponsor listing revenue from web search to go back to charities and schools, which is something that we think is really great. So that was the inspiration behind it, and now we've grown, as I mentioned earlier, to the tune of having over 100,000 causes with us, donating over $10 million, just about $10.5 million. And we have a small team of people that are very mission focused, where we act like a very driven startup business with the heart of a charity.
That's great. Thank you for that background. Another question's come in, and the question is, if someone wants to play the games, are they actually spending the penny themselves, or does that come from your organization?
It's a great question, yeah. So it comes from us. So what we're doing in the course of Good Games, I'm just flipping over to it once again, is users will have to register with the service. When they register with the service, they're picking a cause. Just like in this case, you can see my name here, and it says play games to support Zoom adventures. So once they've done that, then automatically when they play games, what our system does is every time they play 3 games, and they're really addicting games, they come from a company called Arcadium, which is the largest supplier of casual games like these in the world, that our system just calculates when you play 3 games, these little gems illuminate. Every time you play 3 games, you earn a penny for your cause. And so what we're doing here is we take half of the advertising revenue. There's revenue here. I believe there's a video when you're playing the games that you need to look at, which is a quick ad. We take half of that revenue and it goes back to your causes. And that's what we do across all of our products. I may have touched on this earlier, but when you shop, it's half of the referral fee. When you search, it's half of the money that we're getting from Yahoo, because we have a partnership with Yahoo, that goes back to your cause. And we run very leanly because we're mission focused. A lot of times you'll hear someone say, well, we're giving 2% of our profit back to your school, or back to your cause. We're giving half our revenue. Imagine giving half of your donations away. It's a lot, but we do it because we want to help you succeed, and we're only fulfilled where we do that. So, and another thing, just to give more color on that, we just, wrote over $1 million in checks to our causes very recently, and we had a big for the annual activity of the last year, and we had a very big, toast in our office where we talked about the meaning of all of that and examples of how that's going to change the world, and reading letters from folks like you who have been successful, where we can sort of think back about what it's all about, and that's probably more inspirational. That moment when we write those checks, we know that our hard work is going to make a difference, and that's really what we're all about here.
Well, I think that's a great concluding line, Scott. Thank you so much. If folks have other questions, feel free to add those, and we'll do our best to answer them, perhaps on the Trust blog. So again, Scott, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. We really appreciate it. This was very informative, and hopefully everybody on the phone learned something and can use some of these takeaways. Thank you everyone on the phone for being with us. As a heads up, our GuideStar's next webinar is on December 10th on weaving financial data into your nonprofit story. And so for that and other GuideStar webinars that we offer, you can register at guidestar.org/webinars. And again, if we didn't get to your question, please do check out our blog at trust.guidestar.org. And then you can watch out for an email coming from us soon with the presentation that Scott gave, as well as the recording, a link to that. So thank you again, everyone, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again so much, Scott, for taking the time to be with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.